All right, what's up, everyone? Swag here, going to give just a little setup video about Kaizen's 4-hour and daily time theory. So this is his 4-hour and daily digital time or daily time theory. I just definitely want to make sure that you know to understand that this is not my strategy. This video is just going to be demonstrating a very quick way to set up your 4-hour candles, and then we're just going to look at the levels in the next video. Okay? All right, so I think something that's important to understand to at least start with is, number one, we want to get we want to add the indicator and the settings. Okay, so we're going to add the indicator. This is the custom 4-hour candles and the daily time theory. So what I have is I have this set up on a completely different tab, different from my trading tab. Okay, this is like my regular trading tab, and then this is my Kaizen levels that all mark up at the beginning of each at the beginning of each session, right before Globex. And then also what I'll do is I'll change as I get close to the change in the 4-hour candle. So we're going to add this indicator. We're going to go in here and we change our candle colors to blue, red, and green. And blue, red, and green. So candle 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. These are all going to match up. And so essentially candle 1 is the 6 p.m. candle. Candle 2 is the 10 p.m. candle. Candle 3 is the 2 a.m. candle. And they pair with the 6 a.m. candle, the 10 a.m. candle, and the 2 p.m. candle. That's the basic premise, is that each color is paired with its own color. So we're going to add these. Don't worry about the lines, because what we want to do is we want to come over here in the style tab and we want to take the lines off, because there can be a lot of lines. We're going to actually draw our own lines, okay? So we'll go ahead and set those up. Blue, red, green, blue, red, green. We should be good there. All right. Step 2, we're going to make a horizontal ray template. And that horizontal ray is going to be over here in this top tools tab. Top left tool tab. And we want horizontal ray. I already have it favorited. It is in my toolbar up here. Bring this down a little bit. It's in my toolbar right here. And what we want to do is let's start with, first off, everyone's chart looks fairly the same, right? This is the Friday 6 a.m. candle and it's blue. This is going to be the Sunday 6 p.m. candle and it's blue as well. So blue, red, green, blue, red, green. All right, once we've got that, I'm going to enter replay mode and we're going to come back. Select bar, and we're going to come back to Friday. Okay, this is Friday, March 6th. Something that's important is once you get those candles set, you want to come over here to these 3 little dots. Visual order. And you want to bring to the front. And that's the reason I have this on its own chart. So no other indicators can influence that. The only time this is going to change is if you actually get on this price line. But anytime you get off of that, it's not. Okay, so there are at least 4 levels on this Friday 6 a.m. candle that we want to mark out. So we're going to take our horizontal ray. We're going to mark the high, and we want to make this candle blue because it's going to match with a blue. And I don't really get too particular in the beginning. I'm just trying to get these on the chart. So, and then we're going to, I guess we'll go to settings. Go to settings, and we're going to call this is actually the 6 a.m. untapped. 6 a.m. untapped. I'm actually just going to call this the 6 untapped. This makes this easy for making our template. This is 6 untapped. And we're going to save as the default, and you can call this 6 a.m. p.m. candle. And you're going to save that as your template. I already have one. I like leaving the freedom up to everyone else, but that's what mine looks like. 6 a.m. p.m. and that is my template. We'll click OK. So I click on this line, and the settings are right here where it says templates. Choose my 6 a.m., 6 p.m. You can see that once you make that, it has to be whatever you wrote down. So we're going to add 4 more lines. Well, 3 more lines here. For the high, open, close, and the low. And I'll get a little nitpicky in this. There. Template. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. and 6 a.m. Okay. If you have a dark screen, you might want to change your text to white and save the template as that. This needs to be on the 4-hour. And just so that I can keep us even, we're in replay mode, and we are where I think we said we were right here. Bang. If you have a dark background. Okay? Still seems to play just fine. I'm going to change these back now. Okay, everyone got this 6 p.m., 6 a.m. candle with the high, the open, the low, and the close. All right, so over here in the object tree, we're going to be on step 3, where we're going to create these folders for the 6, the 10, and the 2 a.m. Right, so just for the sake of time, we're just going to do this 6 a.m. p.m. candle because it's blue. If you were to do this for the 10 o'clock candle, these lines would obviously be red. If you did it for the 2 p.m., 2 a.m. candles, these lines would obviously be green. Okay, that's important. And what are we doing here? All right, so we're going to call this, we're going to right-click and rename. This is 3, 6, 6 a.m. high. This is 3, 6, 6 a.m. open. Oh, actually this is not. This is the 3, 6, 6 a.m. close. See how it's showing me which line it is that I'm that I'm actually identifying. Six a.m. open. And then that would mean that this is, I did it again. This is the low. Got it. That goes down there. This one goes up here. And this is the 6 a.m. Okay, so you can rename the actual rays. Once you have all of these done, we're going to come up here. We're going to click on one of these. We're going to come up here and click on this folder. Let me get this out of the way. See this folder right here? Create a group of drawings. I got in the object tree right here. This is how I got in the object tree. And we're going to add all of these in. Bang, or rename. These are 6 a.m. p.m. And so this is how you set up your 6 a.m. candles. You would continue on, and just for the sake of time, you would also do this for your 10 a.m. p.m. candles and your 2 a.m. p.m. candles. And here's the trick. Here's the trick to keeping your charts clean. Okay? While you're over here, down at the bottom, you want to sync your new drawings, sync those globally. Okay, we're going to sync those globally. And what this does is that on my charts, any chart that I have open, all of my 4-hour candles, but notice that I don't have this, colored, because this is my actual trading chart. I'll go on replay mode just so that we can keep that up. There's my 6 a.m. high, 6 a.m. open, 6 a.m. close, 6 a.m. low. And when I'm done with the 6 a.m. candle, it's getting to be about 9:55. And whatever, I really don't need these anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my 6 a.m., 6 p.m. and I'm going to turn those off. And you turn all of the 6 a.m. p.m. candle colors, all the lines that are associated with a blue candle, turn them off. Boom, turn them back on. And that also synced here as well, right? Because these are I just don't have the whites there. These are all my candles. Bang. Bang, off. Everyone seeing how that's done? So I'm going to leave the rest of that for you to go in and do this with the 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Like I said, just for the sake of the video, I definitely just wanted to show how you can set up your lines, make your templates, and then you can put those in a folder. 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. I'm going to move this down. 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Okay? And then we would do the same thing for our daily levels. And so you come in here for the daily, and I'll show this in another video because Kaizen actually called this out in the chat and said, hey, who marked up your Friday levels? We'll bring that to the front. And our settings for that need to be black, blue, green, purple, red. So black, blue, green, purple, and red. And then you can make your daily levels, make folders for your daily levels, and they're all in there, and all you have to do is turn them on and off. everybody seeing that again? We added the indicators. We've got our 4-hour settings, blue, red, green, because 6 a.m. matches with 6 a.m. or p.m. They both match. Blue has to match with blue, red has to match with red, green has to match with green, and we're going to take off the lines right there. Blue, red, green, style, take off the lines. Step 2, we made our template. Whatever we're going to write there, and we save that as 6 a.m., p.m., whatever you want to save it as. Okay, and so I was working with another member today, and they're like, what do you mean by untapped? And what that means is that price has not tested that level. So you could call it untapped, untested, whatever you want to. Price just has not touched that level yet. We've created our folders. We'll do that for the 10 and the 2 a.m. p.m. candles, and then also for our daily levels. All right. So I think that's going to do it, at least for the setup. In the next video, I'm just going to pick right back up where we left off, and we're going to walk through price for the current week that we just did. So that was, what's that going to be? That's going to be Sunday, March 8th through Friday, March 15th. And we'll look at the 4-hour candles, at least the blue ones, and sort of where price, like, it was at least drawn to, how did it react, and then what happened after it reacted. Okay? So that's all I got for this video. I'll see y'all in the next one.